What up? It's your boy, Incredible Man, and I'm back at it again, and you already know what it is. This is Danmachi, Season 2, Episode 2, aka Is It Wrong to Try to Pick Up Girls in a Dungeon? And this is my discussion / review. First off, it picked up right after last week's episode where Apollo set up Hestia and Belkun for a war games that he rigged. Well, to set up this whole luncheon thing, so he set up this war games. And I must say, before I talk about this episode, I enjoyed every minute of it. Episode 1 was a nice little introduction to this season, because we haven't seen season 1 in like a long time, and it was just like a refresher to get everybody reintroduced and show characters that we haven't seen and introduce them as well. But this episode was non-stop greatness, man. We had the action, we had the little bitty comedic moments, and we've got some serious stuff going down. It's getting real now. It's getting real. Okay, so let's start off, man. It picked up right after episode 1, and Belle was talking to Apollo, him and Hestia, and Apollo set up this thing for the war games, and then Hestia immediately shut him down, and her and Belle left. So then they go home, and the next day, man, Apollo's familia came and just started bomb rushing their home, man. As soon as they got ready to leave, he started bomb rushing their home, and just sent all of his people to attack them. And now I was like, well, why would he attack them if he wanted them to join his he wanted Belle to join his familia? And now I know that he attacked them because he was going to heal him later on, and it didn't matter if he got hurt. He was just going to heal him as long as he had him in his familia. And basically that was also to get him to either join the familia right off the bat or accept the war games, which is probably going to be rigged. But Belle made a stand, man. Him and Hestia was on the run, and Belle was kicking butt. Like the guys he beat, we pretty sure they were weak, but he was kicking butt throughout the whole episode, man, until he got to the guys that was a lot stronger, and which is the same guy that beat him up in the pub. And dude was mollywopping Belle, man. He was cutting him here and there, and just cutting him. But all of a sudden, man, someone, and I can't remember the chick. I remember she was at the party, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember who she's affiliated with, but she was at the party, and she was so far when she was sniping him with those arrows. So that's good, that's skill. But she was so far, and she kept doing that bait to allow Belle to run, and Belle managed to escape a little ways before what's his name? I can't remember his name either, but the god with the samurai and ninja familia, they came in and stepped up to help Belle. So Belle has a bunch of people on his side, but some chose not to really intervene because it could be a whole thing. And the ones that intervened, they only used small members of their familia to intervene. There wasn't like a big mass of people. There was just a small source. But we also finally got introduced to Lily's familia. We've heard a lot about them in the first season, but we finally got introduced to, I'm assuming, a major player in her familia that stopped, and it looked like he kind of brainwashed Lily, or either she was just kind of wrapped up in fear because her eyes looked kind of glazed over. And we finally got introduced to the Soma family. And now what's strange is their sign. I don't know what God uses that sign. I don't know. I'd have to look it up, but some real stuff going down, man. So then we get to the meat, the steak and the potatoes, man. We get to the part that I enjoyed, and that is when Hestia was like, Belle, do you love me? What do you think of me? And I love that whole moment, man. Yeah, it really, they played it for comedic time and at the end, but that whole part that led up to it right there was very interesting me, man. It was a very serious moment. Belle didn't know what to say. It was nice. They played it for laughs at the end, but leading up to it and everything, it was very nice. Then Hestia was telling Belle they could leave we don't have to stay here. We can run. If as long as I'm with you, I'll be on the run forever. But they decided not to, and she went to Apollo, took the little guy's glove and threw it in his face and said, "We accept the war games." And now what I'm really excited about the war games is I don't know if he's going to draw anybody on his side, because a lot of people don't want to get intertwined with all of this because there's going to be a lot of drawback. But I'm hoping he gets the chick. I can't think of her name right now, but the chick from the pub that's super strong, that goes everywhere, and she's always on Belle's side. I hope he gets her, and I love to see Belle get a couple of more allies. He doesn't need a lot, but maybe 5 to 6 more people on this team to help him during the war games. I hope. Then we get to him trying to talk to Ainz, and I knew he wasn't asking her to join his team. I know he wanted her to train him, but the guys at the gate, either they misunderstood or they just didn't care, and they wouldn't let him see Ainz. But one of the twins set it up so he could see Ainz, and she's going to train him. Did I say Ainz? Well, Allenstein, Wallstein, whatever. But it's going to be so good. I can't wait to see him so strong. And with his Argonaut ability, it's going to be so good, man. He's going to be so beast. I can't wait for the war games. I'm so excited. This episode 2, I feel like the war game is not going to come until maybe like episode 5, 6, maybe. I'd say 6 maybe. But that's all that pretty much happened, man. Then we get to Ainz agreeing that she's training him, and one of the other twins said they'd agree to help train him. So it's gonna be good. But that's all that happened in this episode, man. This is your boy Nick Incredible. Don't forget to smash that like button until you can't smash it anymore. Comment down below and I'll be sure to respond to each and every one of them, and subscribe, but only if you really want to, man. And remember that anime matters, anime is greatness, and anime is life, man. And yes, the fights and everything was glorious. This episode was fantastic, man. Peace out.